Hello, Saints Nation, and welcome back here now to some more St. Clair College CCL playoffs. This time we are in round 2 here now after a massive 3-1 victory over Davenport University, but now we got the beast of Bay State here round 2. Right now, anybody is looking to take this game, but Bay State with a huge upper hand.
Yeah, to say St. Clair is the underdog is, I think, a understatement. I definitely think Bay State, they won their series 3-1 against number 16 seed. I think it was Charlotte. So it was a pretty convincing victory.
Yep.
Yes, yeah, UNC. So they did drop a map, but we heard there was some shenanigans going on. So I definitely think Bay State, a clear path to through the winner's bracket to the final. St. Clair, if they can find even a map here, I think it'd be absolutely massive. But definitely, like I said, very much the underdogs in this matchup.
Yeah, Bay State's the 1 seed coming into the CCL playoff bracket here. They did win their first one 3-1 fashion, very similar to the Saints also winning it in 3-1 fashion. But like we did say, there was apparently some 360 no-scoping going around and whatnot in the search and destroy or whatnot. So overall, I think that Bay State, they should probably clean this series up 3-0, and the Saints will probably be headed down to the lower bracket here after this one. They have to go up against like 2018 world champion Silly and company. There's so many players on this roster that can do so much. There's 3 out of 4 players on this roster who are playing in Challengers here in the CDL Challengers Cup, and they are all in T8 for tomorrow. So now tomorrow, Sunday, they're going to play T8 of Challengers. CCL playoffs, I mean, obviously it's still important to them, but like they have a lot on the go.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot going on. And I mean, when you're starting with the best players in the world, it's definitely going to be a big challenge for St. Clair. But I mean, maybe a little bit from that momentum from that Davenport series can leak over into this one. And like I said, even if you can get a map off of Bay State, that'd be absolutely massive. And it would boost your confidence a lot. And even if you do get sent down to that lower bracket, I think you're going to be feeling pretty good about yourself.
Yeah, 100% here now. So St. Clair Bay State should be hopping underway in just a moment. We do have the maps actually as well for this series. So let's take a little bit of a peek of those because honestly, it's a little bit different than we saw in our first series here. This time we're going to see double Berlin right off the gates. That's going to be Hardpoint, then Surge on Berlin. Moving over to Tuscan Control, a very basic map that we see in every series, most likely for the Saints. And then Bocage and the Desert Siege S&D. So a little bit more of changes being made here in the vetoes in this one.
Yeah, I think if there's any chance for St. Clair, it's going to be on that Tuscan Control. We haven't seen them lose that one in a very, very long time. So I think definitely for St. Clair, that is the one you're looking for. We did see them struggle, especially on that first hardpoint last series. So I think for this one, again, you're looking towards maybe Priestley popping off again like he did on the 4th map on Bocage against Davenport to try and take this one. But it is a very tall mountain to climb for St. Clair, trying to at least get a game off, maybe even take, a little bit more than that if they can. But like I said, it is a double elimination bracket. So even if you do end up going down to Bay State here, you're still going to go down a lower bracket. You still have a lifeline to move forward in this tournament. So obviously you want to try and get as far as you can in the winner's side of it. But again, even if you do lose, you're still in this tournament.
Yeah, that is very, very big to knowing that it is double elim and that you can drop to that lower bracket and still make a run there. So we will see what they can do with that. Now, question for you. Do you think St. Clair goes... Obviously, the vetoes don't look, they obviously look kind of similar to the ones that we see typically from the Saints, but not really close to the same. We haven't really seen a double Berlin off the start, I don't think, in quite some time. Yeah. So do you think that the Saints are going for a little bit of an unorthodox kind of set of vetoes on their part rather than usual, just trying to, do something that is just going to try to provide them a win here?
Well, you're playing against, the best team in all of CCL. So you have to try and figure out a way to give yourself an advantage from the get-go. So in map selection, you can't play stock standard because more than likely Bay State is going to be able to beat you there. So throwing in some random veto stuff that maybe you've seen them play, try and get them a little bit uncomfortable. Any small advantages you can find, you're going to have to try and actually use because, like I said, if you're going up straight up in gunfights, you're most likely going to lose. You have to try and out-strategize your opponent to win this one.
That's exactly it. So it does look like we have all 8 players in the lobby here right now. We are just actually waiting for the readies to come through for both of these two teams, and then we actually will be able to get underway with this one here. And this is a very important matchup for St. Clair. I mean, obviously, it's just hard to say, right? Because it's hard to talk about. Because it's like, okay, yeah, the Saints might have the possibility of coming through and winning. If they win this series, it'll be absolutely huge, massive to their success. But even if they take a map, they have the momentum going into the lower bracket. So I don't know if there's that many people in a world that see, Bay State going down in this matchup. I was looking at on the challenge bracket that they actually have for CCL playoffs. They have voting and predictions that you can make on who you think will win each series. And out of 62 votes, Bay State got 62 votes to win map number to win their first series in round 1. And round number 2, they got 62 out of 62. So Bay State, every single person of 62 people have Bay State going through and not really losing until they get at least to maybe, what, a winner's finals, a winner's semis.
Yeah, I think it's a real David and Goliath story, except it's more like an ant versus Goliath for St. Clair. But you never know what can happen, and it's always a possibility for St. Clair to pull something magical out of the hat. But I mean, talking about big picture, right? This is Dawson's last year here. He is moving on. This is his last coaching opportunities last year with these guys at St. Clair. He is moving on to Overactive Media, so very exciting for him. Congratulations very much to Dawson. And I mean, this is their last gasp, right? This is their last chance as a team collectively to actually move forward. So you want to try and give it your all. And I think a lot of these players, it's very meaningful for a lot of these players, not even just at St. Clair, but for Bay State as well.
Yeah, what do you think the momentum is right now? What do you think the conversations are like right now in the Saints call? Are you confident coming into this one? Are you immediately saying GG go next? Are you saying, you know what, Bay State, we're probably going to lose, but let's make a lowers run after this? What do you think currently is kind of the talk of the town? You think they're no, we got the confidence, we're beating Bay State? Or do you think it's more or less GG go next, we make a run in lowers?
I think they're still flying high off that win off Davenport. I think, especially that comeback win in map 4 is absolutely massive for them. I think the fact that you're coming back from an 80-point deficit on hardpoint means you can kind of just do anything, right? You're in that feeling of doesn't matter what we're up against, we can achieve it. And now you're going into the series, like you said, 62 to 62 votes. That Bay State's going to move on. You are going into something that seems impossible, but you've already done something that seems impossible today. So why not take a map against Bay State? Why not take 2? Maybe take the series. Just keep using that momentum that you had and that thought process you had during that hard point when you were down 80 and try and apply that to the beginning of this series.
Yeah, and with that Davenport game here, actually, so something that's pretty interesting about that one is I don't mean to cut Saints win by any means necessary, but Davenport was apparently playing on 200 ping that whole series, which is pretty unfortunate for them. Obviously, out of our control, and obviously they are not blaming us for it or anything like that. But no, it's just unfortunate to see for the side of Davenport that they had to play on that 200 ping. It was just a lane center they were in, and it was just not able to cope with them. So hopefully, I'm praying. Honestly, I would like to see Davenport win a round in losers. I'd love to see them move on further.
Yeah, I think that it would definitely be. I think they're a very good team, and I think they are good enough to make it through losers quite a while. I think we saw how strong they were. I mean, it came down even on that search, right? It came down to the fact that Priestley pulled a crazy 1v3 and won that round. Otherwise, it would have gone to round 11, right? So despite the fact that you are winning that series 3-1, every single one of those games could have gone either way. We saw it came down to lives on control, and on the hard point you saw Davenport 1-1 by less than 10 points. The second one they were up significant and then they ended up losing it. So it was definitely a pretty even game between these two teams, and I definitely think moving on to the lower bracket, they're going to be able to make a good run.
Yeah, I do completely agree with you on that one. And I believe we are hopping into game here now. I think we got all of the readies in chat here. But with that being said, let's just talk about recruiting here real quick. If you guys are interested in becoming a Saint for yourself, you can do so in 2022, 2023, fall, or January. And it is going to be us recruiting for all titles. We offer up to 100% tuition scholarships available. And you guys get to keep 100% of your winnings, which makes it perfect A-OK as a player. And then we have dedicated training facilities as well, being the new arena that's built. And lots of other stuff, lots of other offerings here, lots of marketing and things you can do here at St. Clair being a varsity or academy player. So if you are interested, we have offers for all titles. Make sure you submit your application today. You do not want to miss out. stclairsaints.ca/join. But it does look like we are going to be hopping into game time. Berlin will be getting us kicked off here first. It is going to be Silly, Dylan Rex, Phantoms, and Druxy for Davenport University. Or it somehow says Davenport still, but we are going to get that fixed up here on the back end. It is all no worries. Worst case, it is just for map 1, right? So St. Clair currently here up against the side of Bay State College. And honestly, this Bay State College roster, it's pretty bad because I know 4 of these players all right off the top of my head. And that's the thing that makes it scary.
Yeah. I think the fact that you're playing against Silly, who is a literal Call of Duty world champion who is playing for Bay State, makes it that much scary. But Priestley going to start off with the kill on Phantoms, the other ex-pro. Silly going to go down as well. So St. Clair finding 2 kills on those former pros, and that's going to be 4 down. St. Clair going to take first point, and this is exactly the kind of start you need to try and take something in this series.
Yeah, it's exactly what they needed here for sure. Silly's going to actually start off 0-2 here, and that is going to be Dylan Rex getting shot down. Phantoms, though, able to come through and find a kill for himself. St. Clair, though, off to a great start on this Berlin hardpoint. The grenades and other utility will get sent through. Brandon finds Silly here once more, and Sauce finds Phantoms. This is an excellent start for St. Clair.
30 points already for them. It will finally be Bay State breaking through here. Brandon going to find one. Dylan Rex going to trade two back, though. Will be them taking control. Priestley going to find Silly as well. Trying to challenge Dylan on point here. Dylan lying down, just holding this doorway. Is going to get contested here. Priestley going to find his head. That's going to be St. Clair claiming a little bit of extra scrap time. And now moving on to P2. St. Clair with all the momentum to start off this hard point.
I'm pretty shocked, to be completely honest. I was not expecting Saints to come into the gates this strong. I was not expecting the side of Bay State College to be getting dropped this quickly. But all of the kills that are needed for the Saints are coming through, and they're playing this Berlin hardpoint very, very well here to start us off in this series here. And look at this, Brandon, he's able to make his way around Silly. Silly gonna go down there. Brandon shooting away, and with a very nice kill. That's gonna be Priestley searching for more, and he will find it. Silly, the previous 2018 world champion, starting off this game 0-6.
Really struggling in this one. All credit to St. Clair, though. They're playing these objectives so well. They will finally give up that hard point. The break will come through, and Silly going to find his first kill of the game. But St. Clair, a really good start, and we talked about this. St. Clair struggled on that first initial point on hardpoint every single game throughout this entire season. Finally, they're showing up when they need to against Bay State. And, I mean, you got to think about it, too. Bay State just came off a series. They're playing against the lowest possible seed. They're playing against Charlotte. And I think St. Clair are a completely different team, a very, very strong roster here. And I think Bay State maybe just not expecting the kind of strength that St. Clair has. It's going to be Sauce trading with Silly there. Priestley taking out Phantoms, and St. Clair a successful break. And they are going to be getting some more objective time. And St. Clair, a 35, almost 40-point lead to start off this game.
This looks like it was easier for them right now than it was for this Davenport game, and it's a little interesting to see, but it is going to be the side of Bay State's bouncing back. They will take control of this current hard point, and they find all of the kills that was needed here for themselves. Priestley now looking to come through. He's going to send some utility and trying to break through this hard point. Phantom's good for the first, but Sauce's grenade will actually be there for that trade. Very good stuff for the Saints to still hold on to this lead. Bay State, though, is ready for these St. Clair members to funnel in. Priestley good to trade out Druxy.
Is able to find one there. Point will flip here in just 18 seconds. Look like Bay State going to hold on for a little bit. Sauce going to find one. Gorilla going to be pushing up here as well. Dylan Rex going to be in the window. Going to find one here. Going to find a second as well onto Gorilla. And Bay State will collect that scrap time as we move into P4. But St. Clair still holding a slight lead here. And definitely not something we were expecting going into this one because of the struggles they had at the beginning. But definitely a welcome sight to see if you are a St. Clair fan.
Yes, definitely, for sure. Whenever you see a score line that is, in favor of them over the side of Bay State is always a good sight. It is going to be Brandon here, ready to crawl in onto the site, but that is a couple players going down. Sauce, he's trying to trade things out. He will find the first. He will spot Druxy, but Druxy comes away with the gunfight win, and Bay State will continue holding this one on from the back line.
Druxy and Silly holding strong here. St. Clair going to have to attack from the front in through the rail yard here. Druxy going to find Gorilla able to sneak away as well. Brandon trade back. Brandon going to find 2-3. Brandon popping off here. Finally a trade out. Dylan Rex with two of his own here. Going to try and get a third here. He's going to take Priestley, and they trade 3 for 3, and Bay State comes out on top.
Okay, Rex and Brandon going crazy here in this game. And yeah, Bay State, like you were saying, will take the advantage here now in this one. It's a tough start to this game if you are a Gorilla right now. But look at Brandon, who's currently 18-8. He showed up ready to play. He knew how important this matchup was, and he is showing that he can bring out all of the stops in this one.
St. Clair has been struggling to hold onto these hard points. Now it is going to be a 10-point lead over Bay State. Sauce going to find one. Silly going to go down as well. Going to get chipped out here. Priestley going to win that gunfight, actually. Take down Phantoms, and St. Clair able to hold on to Hall here on P5 for a little bit longer there and even up the scoreline. And a good start here for St. Clair. Bay State with a good answer back after being down a significant portion here. Priestley going to find one. Brandon going to find another. And usually this midpoint very well contested, but St. Clair actually holding on to it for quite a long time.
Yeah, I mean, you never really see a whole lot of time being gained here on P1. It'll finally be broken off there, but a quick trade to come through for Brandon. He's still playing lights out. Will go down to Priestley's stun, and Silly to take down Gorilla. So Bay State will hop back on this one. They are going to look to tie this game back up at 97s, and they are going to look to retake an advantage, but not if Sauce has 2 kills to say about it.
Definitely good for St. Clair. This is when they have to start watching themselves, though. This is where they ended up losing a lot of objective time to Davenport in the last series, so they have to be on their A game here when the switch is over to the next point. You see St. Clair gonna take a pretty defensive position, so you don't want to go aggressive on it. Silly gonna find one on Brandon. Dylan Rex gonna be trying to sneak away here. Phantom's gonna find another one onto Sauce and St. Clair trying to break in here. It is 2v2 on point, but Dylan gonna find one kill. Dylan has been lights out defending these points. He's gonna find a second onto Priestley as well, and no one can get by this guy guarding the door, and it will mean Bay State gonna open up a 20-point lead for themselves.
Yeah, Bay State doing a great job here. They were started down in this game, down 30, 35 points here, but they have now climbed back to retake an advantage to their name. Druxy from the distance is going to find something, but there it is. Saucy here getting in with Phantoms, and Phantoms will come away with the kill on Sauce through the wall. Gorilla picked off of the spawn there, and it is now Priestley trying to fight for a trade, but Dylan Rex will not be giving it over so easily.
This is going to be a full 60 for Bay State, and just when St. Clair looked like they were going to even it up, Bay State able to hold on to that one. St. Clair could not break through, and it will be Druxy taking down 2 on this next point. St. Clair has to play more cautious here on their entries. They have to be connected and concise with these breaks, or else they are going to keep funneling in and keep allowing Bay State to collect that objective time. It will be Bay State controlling this one. St. Clair going to get 1 kill, trying to push on here. Phantom's going to find 1 here. Druxy somehow still alive under the desk, going to get shot out here. Still alive here on point somehow, going to try and heal up. Will be able to, and Phantom's from the flank going to find Brandon. St. Clair again just cannot break onto these points.
Yeah, it's been really tough here so far for the side of St. Clair. Bay State, it seems as if they just flipped the switch, and this is exactly what gives them this championship roster potential. It's because they have that switch that they can flip, and once it's flipped, it looks like this. And Bay State has just been putting on a master class since then, just running up this scoreline. St. Clair haven't been able to find a whole lot of map control, as you see Dylan here, just holding Gorilla on this pillar in mid, and this is what I mean with them just being stuck in positions countless amount of times. Druxy finally cleans up Gorilla. Brandon, though, is good for the trade.
Unfortunately, it's just 2 full 60s for Bay State, and what once was a 10-point difference is now a 100-point difference. Dylan going to find 2. Sauce going to trade him out, but looks like St. Clair finally going to wrest control of this objective. They need to be able to hold on to this. They need to get a full 60 here. But there's going to be a glide bomb coming in from Druxy here. Gorilla going to get spotted out in the back. That's headed right for him. Silly going to find one on point. Druxy going to find Gorilla. Looks like Bay State closing the jaws on St. Clair here. Sauce going to find 1, but going to get taken out. And again, Bay State going to find control of this point.
They cannot win on this hard point, though, so we will definitely still see another. So St. Clair don't have to worry too much about Bay State closing it out on this hard point, but, I mean, you still got to find a ton of time. Gorilla will get 2 with the grenades. That's Phantoms and Dylan Rex going down. Sauce, though, traded out, and Brandon with the grenade. So grenade galore for St. Clair here. Now Brandon follows it up with 1 more. Priestley finally gets shot down, but I really want to point out how well of a game that Brandon's having currently. 26 and 17 against a roster like Bay State, you got to be happy with right now, and it is Brandon still looking for more.
Yeah, it looks like just an onslaught with St. Clair able to hold on to this one for a moment, but now Bay State going to retake that one. Silly finding 2 and finding the scrap time now at 2:25 to finish this up here. St. Clair going to retreat all the way back to the next point, but now 100-point deficit for St. Clair to try and claw back on. We saw them bring it back from 80 points against Davenport, but against this Bay State roster, it is a much tougher task. Dylan on 29 kills, looking for that 30 bomb, not finding it quite yet. Silly going to take out Gorilla with a trade. St. Clair still holding on to this one, but if they falter even for a second, it's going to be game over, and Bay State's going to take it.
It'll definitely be a tough one, even if they just have, one little hiccup. Bay State will punish you for that one, and there's a couple kills coming through, and that should be the site fairly opened up. Gorilla is going to be getting pushed out here. Priestley actually going to get shot down. Gorilla cleaned up as well. Dylan Rex going to take out that whole bomb site, or sorry, hard point site, I guess it should rather be. But Bay State here now, they are approaching 230 points. Once again, they cannot close out this hard point they cannot close out the game on this hard point, so we will be seeing another one definitely for sure, but they are inching closer and closer to closing this one out as time progresses.
Silly and Phantoms, the semi-pro, the ex-pros, are not positive here, and it looks like Dylan Rex and Druxy picking up the slack. Dylan Rex at 34 and 19 right now, has just turned it on in this game. A new hard point will be opening up here. P1 yet again. St. Clair held this pretty well, but it's going to have to be a miracle, and Druxy going to shut him down just like that. Only 1 person left on point. Priestley going to find 1, but can't defend this one. Bay State going to hop on this one with such a big lead. It almost seems impossible. Dylan Rex and Druxy going to find a kill apiece. Bay State 10 points away from securing this map on Berlin. Hardpoint, Dylan Rex going to hop into the background with the pistol. Not going to find any kills for it. 3 points away. Bay State going to seal it up here. Yes, they will. Yeah, they're going to do it. Bay State going to take map number 1 in this series.
Yeah, disregard the Davenport University. We're getting that fixed up for game number 2. But yeah, Bay State will take the first one, 250 to 149, winning by 101 points here over the side of St. Clair. Priestley, though, he still will get the play of the game, so you got to take those small dubs in your favor, and he's going to get just going to be a double. I thought maybe we would have saw a little bit more of an exciting play of the game, but no, it's just going to be a double kill. Bay of the State. That's the new one. Bay of the State will be leading 1-0 here in this one currently, and now you are moving over to Berlin once again. This time on Search and Destroy, though, St. Clair, they were able to close it out last time up against Davenport University, but like we said, Bay State, it's a whole different opponent.
Yeah, I think for me, again, you talked about this during the game, like they just flipped a switch somewhere, right? Like St. Clair was going matching them every single hard point. It was staying even all the way up to was about 100 points each. And then Bay State just out of nowhere locked down 2 indoor hard points in a row. They locked them down. St. Clair saw them struggle against Davenport. The same thing. Those indoor hard points, the ones where the subs are so important, they just can't find good breaks into them. And it seems like it seemed a little bit disorganized and disorientated. And 2 full 60s for Bay State, and that was pretty much the game.
Yeah, it seemed as if Silly had a little bit slower of a game than I was expecting. However, he did have food poisoning from In-N-Out yesterday, so you never know, man.
Excuses. It was yesterday.
No, but he just came off of the Challengers Cup, so I bet these players, that's one thing I also want to talk about. Bay State's been playing Call of Duty since like noon.
So they're warmed up.
So they definitely warmed up. They weren't playing together, though. That is another big thing. They just started playing together probably about an hour and a half ago, but all day they have been on Vanguard here from... sunrise to sundown, some may say.
That's the grind. That's the dream grind right there. Playing Call of Duty literally 12 hours in a row.
Grade 8 self.
That's true. But you're going to be going to map number 2 here. And I mean, you're going back to Berlin. You're going to search this time. It is very different. And I think St. Clair, very comfortable with Berlin search. We've seen them play it a million times. Obviously, it ain't Tuscan, which they are strong on. But I mean, the fact that you were able to at least stay even with these guys for the first 100 points in that map, I think is huge, because we talked about their struggles early on during hardpoints. They kind of shattered that. Obviously, like, they ended up losing it anyway, but regardless, they were able to kind of control one of their weaknesses. And I think if you can convert that into a search, you have a chance of, pulling something crazy off like we saw Priestley do last game.
Yeah, Priestley, he had some good plays in that last one there. I really want to give some props to Brandon still for having a game
he went
positive.
Game.
If you're going positive against Bay State and a game that you lose by over 100 points, I still take that as like a little bit of a personal W, at least. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, obviously, you could just been like padding the stat line or whatever, but no, like, he did still find a lot of valuable plays, and you got to make sure you can pat yourself on the back for that one and keep that in mind, because even if the team morale might be down, at least try to keep your personal one up a little bit more, and you can it'll definitely affect the whole team.
But I think, like you said, you're playing against arguably the best team in all of CCL. So the fact that you're able to do that against a team of this caliber is absolutely massive. And I mean, we're going into search. We saw St. Clair. They ended up winning map number 2 search against Davenport. It was 6-4. It was a close one. Came down to a Priestley 1v3 in round 10 to close it out. But I think St. Clair, you're going to be feeling comfortable going into the search. What do they have to do to try and beat Bay State here?
Brandon needs to get like some... a no-scope base.
Yeah,
100%. I no doubt in my mind that Brandon pulls out a sniper in this map. I think that just they have to go for this unorthodox play style, and that's what they need to do to win these ones. And if it comes down to Brandon playing weird angles with a sniper, so be it. That's what you have to do. And I think that we are going to see the sniper come out. It's either going to come out right away, or it's going to come out if the Saints go down a few rounds. I think that's where we do see the sniper get pulled out. And I think that is where they do actually really try to turn this game around. I think that Brandon is one of the most pivotal people in this search and destroy, because he has the versatility to pull out the sniper, and that's what's going to make him very important.
Yeah, I definitely think it's possible. I think he pulls it out at the beginning, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I think you just end up going back to your AR, trying to figure out a way to play those long angles from different spots. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bay State pull out a sniper of their own, because they were feeling confident. We saw in that last series against Charlotte, they tried 360 no scoping on the search, so I don't expect that to happen again, but I do think a sniper is expected to come. Berlin, obviously, like, very, very popular for these snipers, so wouldn't be too surprised to have that one. But I mean, looking forward for the rest of the team, like St. Clair was interesting to me watching that last search against Davenport too, because normally we see them play like super aggressive, like try and put the bomb down almost immediately, try and get that plan through, and then play that 45-second timer. But I feel like against Davenport, they played it a little bit slower on the attack, and it actually benefited them a lot.
You think it benefited them? I think that there was benefits and there was downsides to it. I really wish I would have saw that bomb plant come in a little bit earlier for Sauce sometimes.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a lot of times where they have full control of everything they need to have control of. It's just like they're scared to make the commitment, because there is still the chance that Sauce can get shot out on the cross. Yeah. But I feel like knowing that you're in a series like this up against Bay State, you're going to have to take those gambles. If there's some of those times where it's like, okay, there's a 50-50 chance there's a player here watching this cross, I have to take that 50-50 gamble.
Yeah. It will be going into game number 2 here. Bay State up 1-0 in this series. We are going to going back to Berlin this time for search. Can St. Clair find a tie map, or will Bay State put themselves up to a 2-0 series lead?
to be decided here in just the next 10-15 minutes or so. The search and destroy about to get kicked off here once again on Berlin, so not a little bit of a change of scenery. We're back onto the same scenery, and let's see the sniper. I want to see Brandon, man. Let's see Brandon. What's Brandon up to in this one? Does he have a sniper in hand? Oh, he has a pistol. What's your main weapon, Brandon? I'm really interested.
Let's see it. Come on, pull it out. We want to see.
Okay,
the people want to see
it's a sniper.
There
Let's go.
Does he find a head here? Sees one cross. Doesn't get the shot though. Silly gonna be able to dodge out from that one. Brandon gonna chip down a little bit, but is gonna survive. And they know he has a sniper in the back now, so they're gonna have to be careful how they play around that B site. Looks like St. Clair playing pretty split. Phantom's gonna get the first kill onto Gorilla, though absolutely massive. It means he has a flank position on the rest of St. Clair right now. They have to be careful where they play.
Now look at Phantoms. He's so far back there right now that you really got to be worried of it. Druxy, he's so far pushed up here as well. But look at Brandon. He's never expecting somebody to be there. That is now going to be a kill for the side of Bay State there, making another as Phantoms find sauce. It's all left up to Priestley, who will be in a 1v4 here. They have a good idea of where he is, and jumping through the window, they will find the kill. Bay State College will clean up round number 1 of Search and Destroy.
Yeah, unfortunate for Brandon, because if he finds a kill early on there, it means he saves his teammate Gorilla from going down, and it potentially gives them a big advantage playing out the rest of that round. But because he wasn't able to land it, it means that Silly survives and they end up taking down Gorilla. So St. Clair down 0-1 now in this search. We'll be swapping over sides onto the defense. We'll see what they can do here.
Yeah, the defense, a whole different change of pace here now for St. Clair as they try to, just did they play this one passive? Did they play it aggressive like Bay State did? Because Bay State was just on their defense, and it really looked like they were on their offense. So they were just right into enemy lines. Now, does St. Clair try to do something similar? It doesn't look to be the case. They do look to play this one a lot slower, but you do have Sauce on the front line, who does find Phantoms, and Brandon with the sniper gonna shut down Silly. But Druxy, he snuck over here to this A bomb site, and he's gonna be able to put a plant down with no contest at all. And now the timer's ticking for St. Clair. Dylan Rex, line them up and shut them down. Bay State will put this one to a 2v2.
Oh, that is just the worst timing ever. And now 2v2 Gorilla gonna get flanked by Druxy. He's on a 3 streak now. Sauce maybe gets shot in the back here, gonna escape for a second, but not gonna matter. Druxy gonna find him, and Bay State from down in the round to a perfect defuse. And I mean, for St. Clair, that was your round in the bag, and unfortunately they just fumbled it.
Do you think it's pretty boring being a Bay State caster? Serious question. I mean, because the question is at this point in time, right? You go into every game, you think you have so much of a swing behind you there, and you have especially the games that are the regular season ones where you're the top team of the division, you're playing the bottom team of the division. Those are the games where you just go into it and you're just like, well, Bay State should probably, no doubt in my mind, clean this game up at all, but. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Round number 3, search and destroy. Oh, the pistol from Brandon.
He's going to be able to take out Silly there. Now 4v3, St. Clair has to be careful how they play this one out. Dylan Rex will be walking in through mid here. Doesn't get spotted out by Brandon just yet. He's getting spotted out by one Gorilla. Going to find him leaping through hallway there. And now it's a 2v4. Players literally on the opposite corners of the map here. They can't cover each other. Going to try and converge here onto Priestley, going to try and play in the site. Sauce going to hop in here. He's going to spot it out here. Not going to be able to find the kill. Druxy 28 HP. Can he live through the wall? He's going to. 1 HP for Sauce. He is going to go down as well. And now another 2v2 scenario. Gorilla and Brandon, the only ones left for St. Clair. Druxy going to take one out. Sniper going to find one for Brandon, though. Now 1v1 Phantoms and Brandon. Can Brandon clutch up here? He's going to walk around the other side here. Picks up the AR to try and challenge him here. Going to get him on the side. Going to find the kill. Yes, he will. St. Clair going to take a round back and bring it to 2-1.
Yeah, catching him off guard is going to be very good. Keeps himself in this game, because if they drop the third here, you're down by 3 rounds, and that's when things start to get a little bit more worrisome. But they do find this one now only down by 1. Very good stuff from Brandon there, winning the 1v2 sniper kill and an SMG kill. So a little bit of a variety for us as well. But here we are, Saints moving back over to the defending side. They had a little bit better of a defense than they did their offense in the first, 2 rounds of this game, but we'll see what happens here.
Looking at the zeros there, Silly and Priestley, both no kills so far in this search. Definitely not something you expect to see coming into this series, but teammates for both sides clutching up for them. Shots coming through for Brandon. Not going to find anybody with it just yet, though. Looks like Plant going to go down quickly on A site here again. A 4v4 scenario here for St. Clair on the defuse.
Yeah, 4v4 defuse scenarios get so scrappy because it takes so long to defuse, so everyone starts running into the site ruthlessly. The first kill will go in favor of St. Clair. Silly going down, still killless here in this search. to now put this one to a 4-on-3 as they do approach closer and closer to this A bomb site. There is still a ton of time to go, but you got to make sure you leave yourself 7.5 seconds. Brandon jumping in. Druxy, though, is ready for that first. And now look at the flank from Druxy coming through. He's ready to fully go behind.
Oh
Dylan Rex will get the
goodness.
punch onto the one, looking for anybody trying to defuse, but Gorilla knowing that now left into a 1v2, and he is going to get shot out from the behind. Bay State going to find their third.
Yeah, just a really good execution there. They knew they had A site locked down. They put it down, and they had a perfectly executed flank. They knew St. Clair couldn't get outside position on them, so they sent Druxy out, finds one kill, and then is able to take down Priestley coming up on the back end of the site. And just really good plenty there by Bay State. St. Clair just didn't really have an answer for that. Now will be pushed back onto the attack here. See if they can win another attacking round. It's going to be tough, but I definitely think, at least Priestley got a kill in that one, so maybe that can start something for them, because we've seen him accelerate quickly in these games, go from 1 kill to 4 in the blink of an eye, and see if he can do it again.
Yes, here we are. Priestley 1-4, but looking to bounce back. It is going to be Sauce with the bomb, heading over towards mid side, just waiting, and both teams currently in stalemates. They're trying to see if, either side will get aggressive. And Silly, good for the trade onto Brandon, but I think the play call there for Bay State was to try to, not lose a player. But Gorilla going to find Druxy as well, and that's actually going to give a player advantage to the Saints here for the first time in quite some time.
No, I think they actually have had player advantages a couple times, and that Bay State just finds a way to even it up pretty quickly. Gorilla and Sauce going to be here in the building, getting a shot over behind. Dylan Rex going to be able to escape without being traded. No, Gorilla going to find him. Now a 2v1 scenario here. Just going to be Silly against Gorilla and Priestley. Priestley not going to get spotted by Silly. He's actually making it in the building, but Plant going to come down here. Can he see me cover for him? No, Priestley going to hop off the bomb, actually. Not going to be able to survive, though. Silly now in a 1v1 with Gorilla.
And the bomb. That's big. Gorilla Silly is in a 1v1 with Gorilla and the bomb. So the bomb is there and awaiting. Silly, what? Hello? I don't know what the play call there was, but Gorilla will find that kill, and the Saints will now find round win number 5.
Yeah, I just don't think he was expecting this position from Gorilla. I think he was expecting Gorilla maybe on the flank or something, but heads up play by Gorilla, able to cover his teammate there, and it will be St. Clair claiming the round. It will be going to 2-3, so if St. Clair can figure out their defense, I think they actually have a really good chance of doing some damage in this game.
Yeah, let's see what they can do. A lot of this is on Sauce and Priestley, right? I mean, right now, you have Brandon and Gorilla doing their parts right now. Sauce and Priestley just got to find what they can do in this map right now to try to open things up a little bit further. We do see all this setups here now in place. Priestley's head has been spotted. Phantom shooting away, but no kills come through early on in this round. So Priestley still just playing on the back line here. Now this bomb once again going over towards this A side. Now St. Clair, you got to be ready to defend this, right? Because it's almost predictable at this point.
Yeah, you're sending that, that it's going to be planted here on A site. It will be Gorilla coming in from the flank here. Brandon going to find the first kill. That's absolutely huge. Does not get traded out either. Will be able to sneak away for a moment. Phantom's going to be spotted out here by Priestley. Going to be able to get that kill, but Brandon got traded out by Dylan. In the meantime, Silly going to find Sauce. Now a 2v2 here. Bomb is down. 28 seconds remaining. Silly not getting spotted out by Gorilla. Going to be able to sneak down away from him. Priestley finds one with a pistol, though. It will be now a 2v1 again. Silly, the last player remaining for Bay State. Can he clutch up this time? Or will St. Clair be able to even us up at 3? Silly sitting in this corner waiting for someone to hop here, but nobody coming quite yet. Turns at the wrong second, but doesn't get seen, and that is going to be Gorilla finding it, and they will be able to get this defuse. And that is going to be St. Clair tying us up at 3 apiece.
Yeah, just barely getting the defuse at that there. Just, 2.3 seconds remaining here on the clock. So, good stuff. The execution was there. I really did like Silly's position, though.
It was just timing.
St. Clair. It forces St. Clair to come out and play this one, right? So, it's just not the scene that you do like to see. Gorilla finding a nice kill there for the best play of the game, and that is going to be us tied up here now. I was not expecting us to be tied up. Now, we saw this in the hard point. Does Bay State flip the switch? That's the big question.
That is the big question. And right now, it is Druxy popping off. We saw Dylan really, really doing well for Bay State there in the hard point. So this time it is Druxy carrying a lot of the load. And again, Silly at the negative score. Not something we were expecting coming into this series. Gorilla, player to watch now, though. He has a 4 streak going. If he can find 3 more, string them together, he will get himself a streak, which is absolutely huge. But Silly going to start us off with a kill for himself. Dylan not going to get traded out for it either. It is going to be now an early 3v4 for St. Clair.
Yeah, but it's now going to be even up to a 3-on-3. Gorilla getting one back in. Sauce finding one as well onto Silly. That's going to be the 2-player advantage. Sauce is looking for more, but Dylan Rex will approach him on the front line and now puts it to a 2-on-2. Gorilla and Priestley to make it happen. Gorilla will eat a ton of damage there. Down just, like you were saying, 4 HP.
He is still trying to hold on to that streak. He has 5 Druxy spotted out here. Not going to go down just yet. Will be able to slide away. Grenade going to come through. Probably not going to be enough. Just going to miss him. Priestley Looking for more here. Spotted out Dylan Rex. Gorilla gonna find that one. He needs one more for this streak. If he can find it, that would be absolutely massive. They also got bombed down. 34 seconds left. Looks like Druxy been playing far away from this. Gorilla gonna be walking around the corner here. It's all about timing. Can he find the kill? No! Druxy gonna shut down the streak for Gorilla, and we'll put it to a 1v1 here. 23 seconds left. Priestley did manage to grab the bomb in the meantime, though. We'll be able to most likely get a free plant on B.
Yeah, he's going to open up those doors. You definitely do not hear that if you are Druxy, but he's over here quick, man. He is coming and flying through. He definitely has a little bit of an idea of where Priestley's located. Priestley not ready to take the gunfight, currently caught out sliding, and that is Druxy for the kill, for the defuse. Bay State back into the advantage, up 4-3, a very close 1v1 there, but Druxy's just been lights out this search and destroy, currently 10-3.
Just riding that momentum. Bay State going to take that one. A close affair, but unfortunately, Gorilla just not able to win that gunfight, and Priestley just not ready to take that one with Druxy. And now Bay State with the advantage, and St. Clair, again, just can't really... They have these really good clutch scenarios they just can't be able to find here. And Bay State now going to be going back on attack, trying to find something here. And St. Clair, I mean, if you can draw this to 4-4, even if you do end up losing this search, it's definitely... You're feeling a lot better going into Tuscan Control.
Oh, most certainly here. If you can just, yeah, like you said, just bring this one close or do whatever you can. It is going to be the side of St. Clair once again on the defense, and you got to expect it's an A bomb site hit, right? Like, you gotta. You've got to have a general idea of this. Silly already on the back line looking to force out Brandon. Brandon now has some more intel on where these players are located, but a tough timing on the utility there as Silly will force him out and finds that kill. 4-on-3 and the bomb plant through. Priestley, Sauce, Gorilla, you got a lot of work to do.
3v4 now. They will all be looking to go rotate outside. There is going to be Silly sitting up here waiting for someone to cross through. Priestley going to find the first kill, though. A good start for St. Clair, but you only have 30 seconds left. Priestley going to find a second as well into Silly. Still untraded. Sauce going to come in behind. Might have a flank on this player here. He is going to get some shots through. Not going to be able to get the kill, though. There's one waiting for him on the stairwell. That's going to be Phantom's going to find that kill. 18 seconds left. St. Clair. Priestley going to find a third as well. Looking for the ace here in the round. Going to be one left. Phantom's going to try and find Priestley. He is going to get the kill. There's only one left. It's going to be Gorilla trying to find it. He will be able to get it, but there's no time for the defuse, and that is going to be Bay State taking the round and bringing it to a 5-3 scoreline.
It's going to be map point for Bay State, and if they do win the map... Okay, I was about to say a little bit of a cog glitch there.
A little bit
but okay, so we do see Bay State here on map point. If they do win this map that they are currently on map point for, they will also be put onto series points. So St. Clair, this is your best opportunity to try to tie up the series 1-1. Well, not maybe not your best opportunity, but it's a pretty damn good one. You've already got 3 rounds. You only got to win 3 rounds here now to try to come back and win this search and destroy. But Bay State, they only need 1. They are looking to close this game out. St. Clair on the offense, and they are looking to potentially get a quick bomb plant.
Looks like they're going to be going towards B site here. 2 going to be stacked up for Bay State, ready for St. Clair to try and push this one. They have one on the flank. Gorilla just waiting for people to come through. There is going to be Silly walking up here. Droxy going to find the first kill on the Priestley, though. That's absolutely massive. Traded back by Gorilla. He doesn't realize Phantoms is here as well. Looking for that trade. Gorilla going to be able to sneak away for the moment. Brandon going to find Droxy in the meanwhile, though. Now a 3v2 here. St. Clair has bomb looking towards B, but look at this this flank from Dylan Rex. He's so far in. St. Clair not expecting this
Gorilla.
at all. Going to find Brandon. Can he find the other one? No. Gorilla shots will come through. Yes, he will. Now a 2v1.
Yeah, Gorilla, a very nice one there to at least put it to a 2-on-1 rather than being in a 2-on-2. There's a big difference between the two. Phantoms, though, should be able to get some intel on these players momentarily. He's stuck in the corner, but Sauce will check it this time.
Timing.
COD timing has lost Bay State 2 of their rounds here now. Because Silly realistically could have played time on the other one if he had good COD timing. And then now, just once again, Phantoms here. Just some tough timing.
It's just that half-second swing where you're just in your mind, you have that hesitation. You're like, they could be coming from the flank, and he's sitting there for like 2 seconds holding the angle. He turns like 30 degrees and then instantly just dead. So it happens. It's COD, and that is what it is. But Gorilla's sitting at 11-5 right now. Druxy on the other side also sitting at 11-5. Both these players trying to give themselves and the team advantage in the series. Shots come through, and again, St. Clair, look, they're going to stack 3 closer to A side here. They're expecting the A hit this time. Looks like Bay State doesn't care. They're still going to go for it.
Yeah, this is going to be St. Clair just looking for this one no matter what they can do. Brandon will shut down Silly, and that is going to put it to a 4-on-3. Druxy, Dylan, and Phantoms left alone. Sauce on the site, but he is weak, trying to just play his life for now. Priestley for more. He has been really stepping it up here in this game as of lately. Priestley, he is finally going to be getting shot at here, but still remains to keep his life. Druxy finds Sauce. It's going to be a 2-on-3. St. Clair with the player advantage. Make that a 2-player advantage as Gorilla finds Druxy, and it's all up to Phantoms here. 1v3 to try to win the map for Bay State, but St. Clair will clean this one up, and they will find it. It's now
Round
going to be
11.
5-5.
We're going to round 11 here. St. Clair putting up quite the fight against Bay State. Now, the question is, can St. Clair find a way to actually take this final round? Can they find that clutch factor? Or will Bay State prevent the comeback and give themselves an advantage? Gorilla sitting on 4, so most likely won't be able to find a streak here. I don't think anybody has streaks, to be honest. So we are going to be going into this one with no streaks, no advantage for either team. It is going to be Bay State back on the attack, and St. Clair, they're expecting this A hit again, and Bay State just going to walk right into their arms.
Yeah, Bay State coming right into A here once again, just as you were saying. And Brandon, he's just over here tucked away to the corner. Grenade to come through. Doesn't find a whole lot right off the bat. Druxy peeks in. Sauce going to be getting tagged down. And here we go. Some shots coming through. Sauce will find the first onto Druxy. Dylan Rex there for a trade out onto Sauce. Brandon, his position has been yet to be revealed. Now hiding away, forced to jump out of the window. And that is a site given over to Dylan Rex here. He's going to try to get this plant down, but it doesn't actually start quite yet. So they're still playing this one out in the 3-on-3.
Now, there is one walking up here. Silly walking up. Gonna not find Priestley. Priestley wins the gunfight. And now it's 3v2 in St. Clair's favor. Bomb is on site. St. Clair don't have control of it just yet. Dylan Rex actually gonna walk out here. Gonna find Brandon. Now a 2v2. Not traded out just yet. Gonna walk up the stairs. Oh, he's not gonna get shot out. Yes, he will. Gorilla gonna find the kill. Now it's a 1v2. And now it's gonna be Phantoms finding one. A 1v1 to determine this map. Bomb is not on site. It is outside. It is going to be Phantoms against Priestley. Who will win this one? Can Priestley step up and give St. Clair a map, or will Phantoms give it 2-map lead to Bay State? He does get the bomb. He is going to go for the plant here. 16 seconds left. Priestley not going to go for the challenge here. Bomb is going to go down, and now he has 45 seconds. He's going to challenge it early. He's going to win the gunfight. A nice headshot by Priestley, and St. Clair going to take the search off of Bay State and going to tie us up at 1 game apiece going into Tuscan control.
A 10-8 Priestley there, I believe it was, in a 13-6. I got to look at the scoreboard here again, but St. Clair College, beautiful stuff. 6-5 win. Yeah, 13-6 Gorilla, 10-8 Priestley. Just amazing from Saints. They have a lights out performance here on this search and destroy, and they will close that one out. Beautiful stuff. Priestley, the pressure was so high. You can only imagine.
Definitely.
You're in a 1v1, round 11, up against Bay State College, and you are able to close it out. And Druxy, he just needs some help.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just tough, right? When you're fragging out so hard and the people around you just aren't equal to you, it's tough. And I mean, even looking at the other side, Gorilla, the same thing. He was, I think, like 13-6 at the end of that. So 2 players popping up, but it is going to be Priestley clutching us out. And I mean, we talked about St. Clair. You just want one map. It all starts with one map. You get that momentum going. You're going into Tuscan control, something we talked about against every single opponent they faced. They've beaten them with Tuscan control. So Bay State, you got a tough task ahead of you.
It's a must-win for the Saints, in my opinion.
I
I think
so
that
too.
this is how I think it goes, right? I think it goes Saints, potential to win the control. Obviously, it's up in the air. But I just think that Bay State has map 4, a hardpoint, locked. So that is something that is a little bit more interesting because I think that they're just that much stronger on the hard points.
Do you imagine we see Desert Siege map 5? That would be insane.
Bro, I don't know, but I'm really hoping we can see this one go the distance here. We are going to send this one over to a quick little break here before we jump into map number 3 here. So stick with us. My name's Jackson Pride Brown, joining alongside John Billbangs Vadima, and we'll be back in a few.
Welcome back, everybody, to St. Clair against Bay State. Series tied at 1 apiece going into Tuscan Control. And you got to be feeling good if you're St. Clair going into map number 3 because you just came off a round 11 banger and you were able to clutch it out and win it.
Yeah, huge wins there. Priestley in the 1v1 will clutch up and force this one to a minimum of a game 4 here now that these two teams are tied up at 1-1. So we are guaranteed to see at least another hard point as well. Control, though, coming up. Saints, they hadn't lost control in a few weeks here. Will Bay State be the first team to change that?
There's a very good chance they are an excellent team, but I mean, you're going on to Tuscan Control. We talked about this so many times that they just keep getting Tuscan Control. So, I mean, for St. Clair, you got to be feeling good going into this. And it is, like, by and far the most comfortable map, the most comfortable mode for St. Clair. So if there's anywhere where you can know you have a good chance of beating Bay State, it is going to be on this map, on this mode. And we are going to be heading into the game here in just a second. And I mean, for me, at the beginning of this series, we said most likely going to be a 3-0 sweep for Bay State. But now St. Clair taking that search and going into Tuscan Control, I have a lot better feeling for their chances in this series.
Yeah, I have a lot better hope for St. Clair here now in this series as well. But the big killer for me is that this map is a must-win. If they come through and they want to win this series, in my opinion, that this map is one of the most pivotal ones to do so with, because then you get 2 tries. You get a hard point and a search, but if you drop this one here, then you have to win that following hard point, which I just don't know if I'm fully confident in quite yet. But here we are. Let's get this one going. The St. Clair Saints will be on the defending side first here, so the favorite side first, but look at how Bay State is just cleaning up A site.
And the problem is it's costing St. Clair lives throwing themselves at A site here. They're already down 4 going in, and they haven't even gone onto the B site yet for the side of Bay State. So you're going to have at least a full team wipe advantage here moving on to B. Obviously, we talked about A site, pretty easy to take B, nearly impossible for the attacking team. But if you can whittle down the lives, that can make a huge difference. You're actually going to find Priestley as well, and Bay State not really going for the attack just yet. They're kind of slow taking it, trying to find kills, and they're being very successful with it. Now a 6 life difference in St. Clair. You got to be more careful with how you play your life here, because now a 7 life lead, 8 life lead. They're just taking control of B site here. There is one on the flank here. Sauce gonna get taken out by Dylan though, and Bay State already a tick on B site. They might actually just take it here.
We haven't seen this in weeks, and Bay State's just doing it like it's no problem at all. So Bay State looking to take this first attacking round here in the first, 30 seconds or so? Not even. And wow, that is it cleaned up. Both points captured. Bay State will come through, and they will take this first initial control round in quite some dominant fashion.
I don't think they were happy with how that search went, I'm going to be honest. And they showed us their true power there. Like, I haven't seen anyone do that to St. Clair.
No.
I haven't seen anyone take B side against St. Clair, and they did it like it was no problem at all. Like they literally, I think they lost like 1 or 2 lives at the beginning, and then they went on like a 10 kill streak where they didn't drop anybody, and they were able to take B no problem. And now St. Clair, you got to somehow find an attacking round win against Bay State. That is going to be a very, very tough challenge.
You died 5 times on the initial round, right? So it just puts things so much in your favor here right now. Brandon trying to contest, trying to just hold down on this A side, but it does look like Bay State just want to come through, want to just come find all of these kills. Phantoms jumping, finds a couple. Priestley flanked out from Druxy, and the A side is completely shut down to the point that Brandon is already going over there and checking out this B side to make it an option. Gorilla now waiting for his teammates before he jumps in and clears this one out. Druxy will find the first, but Gorilla is there for the trade. Brandon now getting some progression on B. He has 2 players getting ready to come focus him out.
They're like everyone from Bay State went towards B. St. Clair had nobody on A. They just missed out on so much progression there. St. Clair down 5 lives already. They will finally get that first tick on A site, but it is going to be Bay State flooding back to try and defend it. They will have one swinging out here, trying to find the person on point. Brandon going to find the kill, but there's going to be Silly in the back here. Going to find one. Brandon going to trade him back, though. There's going to be a fight in spawn. Dylan going to win that fight as well. And St. Clair, they get 2 ticks. They have 2 people on site here, but that's going to be 1 going down. Brandon is just going to be 1 left on site. Sauce going to find 1, looking for another here. He is going to find Silly as well. Going to be able to keep his life for the moment. Going to keep capturing that site. Not going to get the 3rd out. Dylan going to find 3 of his own. And St. Clair going to shut down on A site.
Yeah, it's going to be the A site that was so close. Usually you see teams just give it up. Like, Bay State is not one of those teams here. They know that they can still slow this one down.
Dylan.
3 kills, Silly and Dylan to close them all out. Priestley trying to get progression over towards B. He does get a tick, so that is a nice benefit to have. But 14-2 right now is Dylan Rex in this matchup on control and not slowing down anytime soon. He has a glide bomb as well.
like 14-2, 12-3 for Dylan and Phantoms. They're just absolutely dominating. Look at this. Lives are 19-7 right now, and they haven't even gotten A site. They got 1 tick on B, but this is pretty much just over now. 6 respawns remaining for St. Clair, and Bay State showing their true form on this control and just absolutely dominating St. Clair. It looks like they are going to give up A site, but it doesn't even matter at this point. St. Clair at 6 lives. There's just no way you do this. Druxy going to take out 1 Priestley with a trade back, and St. Clair going to find A. Now, you got a minute and 24, but you got no response to work with here. Going to find B. Found out here. Brandon going to find 1, getting it traded out by Druxy, and that's pretty much it for St. Clair.
Yeah, 2 players left. It is going to be all up to Priestley and Gorilla here. Gorilla spotted out, will find the first initial kill, but you're in a 2v14, so there's still a ton of work to be made. Priestley searching around. He will be caught out, and that is him going down. Gorilla's position has been revealed. Druxy swinging will find it for Bay State. So now Bay State up 2-0 over the Saints and are looking to close it out here on round number 3.
Yeah, I don't really have words for this one. This is just Bay State absolutely dominating St. Clair. They found that switch and they turned it, and they found the dial and they turned it up to like 12 right now. Like, they're just absolutely dominating. You see Dylan and Phantom 16-4, 15-5, just not letting St. Clair breathe at all. We'll see if they can go for another attacking round here, and St. Clair just looks completely defeated right now.
Yeah, St. Clair is looking, completely just doesn't really have left answerless right now. Essentially, is what the best word to describe it is now Sauce is here, but he quickly shot it from behind. And here's the thing, Bay States are doing so well of just playing off of each other. As soon as one player makes contact, it's revealed and it's now given to the rest of his teammates, and they're just able to play off contact. St. Clair, though, they're off to a great start in this one. It's going to be a 6-3 live advantage here in their favor, and Sauce is not slowing down. He's going to find a few here. So St. Clair really starting to close things up on their defense this time, not allowing Bay State to get these sites as free.
Yeah, they're actually picking up quite a big live advantage here. Up 6, now down to 5, going to be down to 4. Brandon going to trade 1 back, though, but they're able to get at least some kind of deficit here between them and Bay State. Bay State haven't found that point yet. Druxy going to find the 3 multi-kill. Sauce going to shut down Dylan. Will be Bay State getting 1 tick on A side here. Sauce going to find 2, though. Will stall at the progress a little bit. There is still Druxy sitting on site, able to take that 2nd tick, and that's going to be silly, cleaning 2 up himself. Going to see if he can find a 3rd here. No, he's just going to run away. Brandon going to find the kill, but it doesn't matter because Bay State going to take control of A site.
Yeah, it's Bay State here now in full control of A, and they should be able to close out this progression right here, right now, and that is it. Now the B point, all that remains here. Dylan Rex is still hunting for more over towards this side, but Priestley is able to shut him down. It is St. Clair still holding on to a 4 life advantage, but Druxy's on a killing spree, and he will finally be looking for some streaks here. He actually already... Phantom has a glide bomb.
Yeah, I know Phantom has streaks.
Yeah,
Dylan also has streaks as well, so... We are going to be expecting those maybe to come in here. Yep, there's 1 glide bomb. See if we can find anybody. Not quite yet. Is going to be a miss there, but Druxy and Silly going to find kills with their guns anyway. And looks like Bay State going to move in on to B site here. St. Clair nowhere nearby. Will be 1 covering. Brandon Gorilla going to find kills. Phantom's going to pop that glide bomb actually on Gorilla. They want to end it here on attack.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, usually you see teams use the glide bombs for insurance policies, but Bay State doesn't feel like they need to. They want to close this one out just right here, right now, and get this one over with. Dylan Rex on the back line, but he's going to get traded out. This B site is still hard to hold, no matter, or it's still hard to retake, no matter how good of a squad you are. And Bay State, they might not be able to close this one out here and waste 3 streaks.
I think the thing is, realistically, they're going to be going on back on defense, and for St. Clair, it is going to be almost impossible to beat them on the defense. So might as well try and go for it here. If it doesn't work out, you're back on the defense anyway. You have the advantage, and you definitely are going to have the live advantage. You take advantage going into round 5. So it is going to be Sauce shutting 1 down. St. Clair up 5 lives, so they have a really good chance of actually winning this round. Priestley going to find Phantoms as well. Only 4 lives remaining. 1 spawn, 1 life for each person here. Brandon going to take down Dylan here. Only 3 people left here, and that is going to be St. Clair taking the defense here. And you got to start thinking about the next round, though, because that attack has to be flawless.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, yeah, you got to win your defense here, but now you have to win an attack, essentially. And Bay State pretty much have already locked up the defensive side for the 5th, unless St. Clair can pull out some crazy stuff here in round number 4. But this one's not even quite over yet. Phantom's here, still finding some more. He's finally going to be ran through for Priestley, and that is going to be St. Clair on the board with their first. But yeah, you still got a ton to do here now in this next round. This next round probably going to be arguably one of their hardest here on this whole map.
Yeah, definitely going to be easily the toughest, probably the toughest objective in the entire series, honestly, for St. Clair. And not only do you have to do it once, if you go to round 5, you're probably going to have to do it again. So St. Clair, a really tough task ahead of them. We see Dylan Rex fall off a little bit, 19 and 12. Phantoms accelerating ahead, 24 and 13, and nobody positive for St. Clair right now for their side. So definitely something to try and find here in this round. And St. Clair look like they're going to go for a full-out attack on B here. They're going to send everybody that way. The only one watching here is going to be Druxy, going to be taken out here. Phantom going to spawn out 2. Priestley going to find 2, and St. Clair going to hop on the B side here. Dylan Rex going to be coming back from spawn, though, is going to find 1. And St. Clair, unfortunately, has no one on point, so they can't make any progression. And it looks like Bay State could be able to wrest back control of B site.
Yeah, but they have pushed them fairly far back into B, but Silly, you just got to take them out, and that is the kill that you were looking for. Now, you have a little bit more control over this B side. Never mind Druxy here, but Priestley shutting him down. St. Clair, that's going to be Priestley on a 5 streak, and up in a 4 live advantage right now with a lot of control over towards this B side. Brandon just ready for these players to come in. He's going to get the first, and Dylan tagged down to just 50 HP. St. Clair doing a great job.
You gotta try and find this player. It's gonna be Druxy sliding in on point here. Gonna contest it for the moment. Sauce gonna find him though, but St. Clair hasn't had somebody on point covering this whole time, so they only have that one tick. Sauce gonna find 1. Still gonna trade Brandon right back. Dylan gonna find 1. Priestley again with the trade, but it's gonna be Bay State, the only ones left on that point. And St. Clair gonna try and go for A now. They're gonna try and cut this player off from behind. And actually, they have a 5 life advantage right now. They can try and play around that, but only 40 seconds remaining. It's gonna be tough. Brandon getting caught out here. Sauce gonna with the trade back. Looks like they're going to try and push towards A here. They have 2 coming in from the flank as well. And this is where St. Clair got caught out last time, but they're sending someone to B side as well. So Bay State a little bit confused here on where they want to go, and he might give St. Clair an opening.
Yeah, that is going to be Brandon and Priestley for a couple kills in the B side now. Yeah, got to get some progression. Priestley with a big one there. And that's Phantoms as one of the first players to make his way over. So 2 ticks on B. Massive for St. Clair here. Now only need 1 more tick in their favor. And I think they are trying to get these ticks as best as they can just to try to, like, you know, make it over to B and just try to sneak onto that one maybe or do something with it. But they do still have a 4 live advantage right now.
They need to hold here on A because if they can get this, they're going to give themselves enough time. They will be able to hold it. So now you have a minute 30. You only need 1 tick on B, plus you have a 5 life advantage. So St. Clair, this is very doable on attack here, especially if you play the life game.
Yeah, Dylan Rex pokes his head out. Brandon going to find that kill, and that's going to be, yeah, like you're up 17-11. If you can play this one kind of TDM, you know, very aggressive style, it could work out for you. But there's a couple kills for Bay State. It makes me more concerned, especially when trades like that are coming through.
Lives are 14-9, so St. Clair still has that advantage. They only need 1 tick on B, and they have a lot of time. They have a full minute left, so they can, again, just play for their lives here, play for that 1 tick. They have someone. Brandon has pushed up, or sorry, Sauce has pushed up all the way towards B side here. He has really good position to go for a flank. They know there is one on this site right now, and you see St. Clair going to go for this flank play. They know one's pushing in through here. That's being Brandon take one out with a pistol, and St. Clair has the flank. Sauce going to find another one. 14-7 the lives, 45 seconds. They're going to be capturing B side here. They have to contest. Priestley going to find Druxy. The 2 left for Bay State are going to come on. Priestley going to find a second. Phantom's going to be the only one left here. He's going to find 1 kill. Dylan going to find 1 as well. Going to be able to sneak away. St. Clair got half a tick. Wasn't able to do it, but it doesn't matter. There's only 4 respawns left for Bay State right now. St. Clair, if you can just find these kills, you can take an attack, and you'll be going to a round number 5.
Yeah, you only have 30 seconds to do so. For the lives to be that low for Bay State is a huge advantage for St. Clair. They have to go, though. They can't really still play it slow at all. So here we are. That's Phantoms, though, with the kill on the Sauce, and that's the thing. Now, Sauce is going to be able to make his way all the way back, but he's going to be very late. And Brandon gonna find that one there. The glide bomb of Priestley will find a kill onto Dylan in the backline. Phantom shot out, but not going down. Silly, he's still here. Will finally be shot out. It's a 6v2. You gotta hop onto the B side. Phantoms, he is good for more, but Druxy cleans it up. No time to get to B. And that is going to be the round win for Bay State College. And they will clean up the control. 3-1. A very good try for St. Clair. Once again, is another one of those situations where they feel like St. Clair has a grasp on it. They have the upper hand, but Bay State able to flip this one around and closes it out here on control. They're now going to be leading the series 2-1 as we get ready to head in to Tuscan Hardpoint.
Yeah, and I mean, that was a legitimate chance for St. Clair to actually take control there. I think even if you go to that round number 5, you're going to have the momentum going into it. Yes, you're most likely going to be on attack because of the overwhelming life lead for the side of Bay State, but at least you're giving yourself a chance, and Bay State just closes the door on him, doesn't allow him to do it. And shout out to Druxy there, man. 1v3ing at the end, able to find those kills, and there's only 1 respawn left to ask to go all the way back, and just didn't have time for it. So Druxy shutting the door for St. Clair, and Bay State going to go up 2-1 in the series.
Yeah, they are going to be on series point here now, only needing either the hard point or the search and destroy. They get 2 tries to close this series out, and that is all they will need. So we'll see what happens here heading into map number 4 in just a few moments. But with that being said, we will be taking a short little break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Hello everybody and welcome back here now to this matchup here. It is going to be Bay State College versus St. Clair College here in map number 4, Bocage Hardpoint, getting underway here between these two teams, just waiting on everybody to connect up, and we will be getting ready to go with this matchup. Here you can see, just waiting on Dylan and Phantoms to connect. Hopefully everything will connect smoothly, and here we go. It does look like he should be rolling in, hopefully. There we go. Okay, Dylan Rex is in the game, so we might see a reset.
Oh, no, there he is. He's good. We're all good. We're all here. Okay, so Bocage Hardpoint, map number 4, something that we have seen St. Clair play several times. They've been playing this first map usually, but now we are going to be seeing it on number 4. Dylan going to find 2 kills for himself there, and it is going to be St. Clair taking the first little bit of objective time, but looks like Bay State going to fight them right back for it.
Yeah, it's going to be, St. Clair off to a pretty decent start there, but it's just not exactly what 100% they were looking for. So just so there's no confusion, St. Clair in the blue this time, where we do actually see the side of Bay State in the green. So sorry for the confusion there on that one. But yes, so green is Bay State, and then blue is St. Clair College. But it is going to be Phantoms here looking for more, and that is a great start here for the side of Bay State, bouncing back after St. Clair found the first few kills.
So interesting. The first entire hardpoint, there was 6 seconds of objective time taken. So you can see P1 why it is so volatile and it is so hard to hold on to it. It looks like, again, nobody hopping on to this point just yet. Finally, it will be Dylan hopping on there to start getting some objective time back for Bay State. It will be Phantoms with 2 of his own, and Phantoms already at 6 and 3 popping off here. St. Clair pretty even across the board, but it is going to be Bay State finally finding some objective time for themselves.
Yeah, so here we are now. It is going to be Priestley making his way in, finds Silly, and they're just trying to bounce back here right now, but I mean, it's just Bay State just completely finding everything. Phantoms with 3 on that play before Brandon's able to shut him down, and St. Clair just trying to break in, but this Bocage Hardpoint is just set up perfectly for Bay State. Bocage Hardpoint, it's been tough for St. Clair as of lately, already just today alone, and now having to go up against Bay State on it is going to make it even harder.
Yeah, St. Clair just 4 points so far in this one, really struggling. Now we get towards these indoor hardpoints where St. Clair has struggled even against a team like Davenport. So against a team like Bay State, it's going to be very, very tough for them to try and to take advantage of it. They are going to be getting the first little bit of objective time here, but there are several people above Gorilla here sitting on point. Going to find one, not going to be able to find the second. Direction trading back. Sauce right back in it. Going to find one, and that's going to be trades out across the board, but Silly finding 2 is going to be last man standing. Never mind, Priestley going to come in and say something about it. Going to find a second as well. Nice headshot, and is going to be St. Clair trying to take control of this one. Gorilla and Brandon going to get kills as well. Finally, St. Clair going to hop on this point.
Yeah, that's going to be the side of St. Clair finally able to get something here going for themselves and try to get some of this progression here going in their favor. Sauce, the current one on the hard point, but Sauce for 2 with the grenade, Priestley for 1. I thought Dylan Rex was going to open it up with something. He does find 2 kills, but they're all traded back for the side of St. Clair, and this is going to be them really trying to come back in this matchup here now and try to find this last 10 seconds of this hard point, because if they can do so, it'll be a fairly even game, only down by about 5 points or so.
Looks like both teams want to contest for the scrap time, actually. Next point will be spawning here in just a second. It will be back more towards Bay State spawn. Dylan going to find 2 as well, and it will be Bay State taking advantage of Dylan. Going to find a third. Dylan popping off here at 13 and 7 right now. Brandon at 10-11, the best player so far for St. Clair. Looks like Bay State going to take advantage of it. Will open up themselves up a 40-point lead here to start off the hard point.
Yeah, it's now going to be the hard point swinging in favor of Bay State, but St. Clair good for the retake here now and are looking to follow it up with more, but Dylan Rex has been lights out so far in this hard point. 15 and 9 so far, not far behind his Phantoms at 15 and 10. They've been playing perfectly all map and all series long here. Gorilla trying to find an entry, but look at that, Phantoms just locking it down. Silly trying to push out of the window, but shut out here now from Gucci Gang. Sauce, Phantoms good for a trade, and this is just back and forth when it comes to the kill department, but right now Bay State still currently holding on to a 55-point advantage.
Looks like they won't be giving up anytime soon. Bay State getting at least 40 on that one. They will be opening themselves up. Will be getting up to that 100-point marker. Not quite, actually. It will be St. Clair hopping onto that new hard point, but 4 strong here through the building. There is going to be one flanking here. Gorilla going to find one through the sewer here. We'll back out, but we'll get traded out in just a second. No, actually, Priestley and Brandon going to cover him. As going to be Silly trying to run away here, but we'll be taking him out. Brandon and St. Clair actually going to be able to defend this one for quite a while and get some objective time back for themselves.
Yeah,
Never
but Dylan Rex is just back here on the back line. Gonna catch both of those two players off guard here. Dylan Rex will find Gorilla as well, and that's gonna be a third year for himself. And this is where Bay State really wants to start running up this clock. It is Priestley, though, with some big kills to try to knock him off it. Dylan Rex not able to do much more on the back line. He finds 4, but that's about it. Druxy, good for a trade. Silly wraps around, finds another, and this is Bay State looking to collapse in onto this hard point.
Will be a couple trades coming through here. Brandon going to find one with the nade and one with the gun, so will be Dylan Rex trading him out. Priestley with the grenade as well, going to find one, but nobody hopping onto this hard point quite yet. I think both teams satisfied just to give away the scrap time to whoever ends up getting it. Looks like will be Bay State getting a little bit extra here, and they will be, again, anchoring this first hard point. And this has been something that they have done so well, is being able to get this rotation and be the first ones to these hard points. Get this initial 10 seconds or so before St. Clair even has a chance to try and break in.
Yeah, it's going to be Gorilla with a few kills there, but he's actually going to take down his teammate Sauce in the process. Brandon finds Dylan Rex, and Gorilla goes down to Dylan, so it's a good trade all around. But St. Clair still trailing by about 40 points here right now in this one, still trying to climb back. Bay State is still holding on here for dear life. This mid-hard point scrappy, not a whole lot of team is going to get time on this one. Like you said, the first time we saw the mid-hard point, it was 6 points total gained off of it, so I'm not expecting a whole lot from this one.
Will be Brandon hopping on this one, trying to get some objective time. Sauce going to find Druxy as well. Looks like Phantom's going to get one onto Brandon, though. Will be able to escape with his life for the moment. Priestley finally going to trade him out here, but forces him off of that objective, and looks like Sauce going to try and find some time for himself here. Silly going to see him on point and take him out. Will be moving into this building, and now with only 2 seconds remaining, point will rotate over, and again, Bay State perfectly in position for this rotation. They will get onto this one first, and St. Clair, again, you have to wait for your teammates to reinforce you so you can try and contest it, and already 10 seconds over for Bay State. They do such a good job of this.
Yeah, they do such a good job of just cleaning these ones up. That's all 4 kills going in their favor, all 4 down in their name. Silly still looking for more, pushing out these back end. Sauce, he knows he's going to have to take a little bit of a different angle because he doesn't want to run into Silly, but Druxy here, Phantom's there. All these players are here to stop this play next to immediately Sauce. He does good for 1 onto Silly. Druxy, though, they're immediately to trade those back.
It's the same thing as that first hard point we saw, where you get to this point where you're at about 200 points apiece. Bay State just turns the switch, and they're able to find these kills. They're able to get these 2v1s and these 3v1s, and they're able to convert it. And we see finally an answer back. Really gonna find 2, Brandon gonna find 1, but Dylan gonna be able to survive here by the tank. Not gonna be able to get that kill. Brandon gonna find him, but it doesn't matter because they've opened up a 90-point lead here and gonna cross over 100 when this hard point is done and over with.
Yeah, it's going over to this next hard point here. Now, luckily for St. Clair, they are set up for this one right now, but how long does that last? That's the big question, because we know that St. Clair is infamously not as strong on these indoor hard points, so they are going to try to do whatever they can to hold this one through, but just like that, just as we were saying, Druxy finds a kill on the Sauce, a few more come through, and St. Clair is forced on the outskirts, and they're forced on the retake, but Gorilla doing a great job of starting off this retake as he finds 2, and Brandon finds 1.
They're going to need a lot of time on these objectives to be able to come back here. Dylan going to hop down the stairs, finds 1, runs all the way back up. Phantom's going to find Priestley as well. Brandon going to trade 1 back, though. Brandon on a 5 spree right now is still alive. Phantom's going to take out a teammate with that nade. Looks like we'll be able to slink away here. Brandon can find a glide bomb. That would be absolutely massive, but no, Silly going to shut him down. Won't let him have any of it. And again, Bay State going to take control of this one. And a 70-point lead opened up here for them right now. St. Clair going to get a little bit back here with Druxy going to find 2. Brandon finally trade him out, though, but it doesn't matter. He's still contesting this hard point. Now, a minute 54 remaining. Bay State holding on to a lead.
Yeah, Silly stuck in the corner there. Will finally be getting challenged here. Dylan Rex for a few. Dylan Rex in this game, 35 and 18 right now. A minute on the hard point. So it's not even like he's not playing the hard point. No, he's doing his job, and he's just doing it very, very well. To the point where now you do see a 65-point advantage in favor of Bay State here right now. And they are still looking to take this advantage up further and further as all these kills are coming through. Sauce will team kill Priestley. Gorilla, he's good for 1, but traded out. Sauce good for 1, but he's traded out. So that is one thing that Bay State has been so good at, is even if they don't find the initial kill, the trade is always there.
Yeah, they know how to make sure they're covering for their teammates. Priestley gonna find 2 here. Druxy trades them out, and St. Clair actually gonna be on this one. Sauce gonna find 2 there. Absolutely beautiful gunning there. Able to find that headshot, and St. Clair gonna hold on to this one. Gonna get some points back in their favor, but again, look at the break coming through for Bay State. It is surgical from all 3 sides. They're gonna shut down everybody from St. Clair on point, and they will retake it, and the break will come through successfully.
Yeah, very successful break there. They're going to approach that 200-point marker here right now, leading right now by 80 points as well. St. Clair, they've came back from an 80-point deficit today. Can you do it again? I'm not sure. This position is a little bit more difficult than the comeback that we saw from them previously. We'll see what happens here. Sauce will start us off nicely with a kill there, and Priestley with one into mid. That is exactly what you got to do to open up this hard point.
But look, they haven't even been able to actually advance on this one. You see the hesitation every single time they take a step forward. They're expecting to be gunned down by Bay State. Gorilla going to find Silly. And now, again, Bay State going to hop onto this point. St. Clair, despite finding some kills, they aren't able to get enough to get them objective time. It will be Bay State holding on this one. I don't think they can win on this hard point. No, they are going to be a little bit off, but regardless, they're going to bring themselves within about 20 points, and all you really need is scrap time from there.
Yeah, if you can bring yourself within close enough, yeah, if you could just make it so you can just play off scrap time, that is all you really need to do in this one. They can essentially just play scrap time right now for the rest of this game. Dylan Rex, Phantom Structure, all finding kills here. Dylan Rex still finding more. They are going to get a little bit of scrap time here on this hard point. That's going to push them over to 25, and that is going to put them just inches away from closing this game out, where St. Clair is still miles away, where they still have to hop, but they still got to get a full 60 on this next hard point. They still got to get a full 60 on these next 2 hard points to close this game through.
Will be them taking control of it right now. Priestley going to spot one out. Not going to shoot him quite yet. St. Clair, we're going to be able to retake control of this one. Priestley, pretty good positioning in the roof here, but he's going to spot it out by Silly and taken down. That means Bay State going to push on point. Brandon going to find 2, though, going to hop down onto the point. Druxy behind him is going to find the trade, though, and it will be him last on point. And now only 15 seconds remaining for Bay State to take this one. Now only 10. They are closing in on the victory here. There is going to be one more contest here. Priestley has good positioning from behind, wants to push on, but Dylan going to shut down any ideas from that. St. Clair going to throw all the bodies they can. They are going to get 3 kills, actually, so they will be able to take control of this one. But at this point, you only need 4 for Bay State, so realistically, this game pretty much over.
Yeah, Bay State's just got to play this next hard point, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. Druxy does take down Sauce. Druxy's actually just going to try to end it out right here. He doesn't even want to let this one go to the next hard point, and that is going to be a Bay State win, despite what your screen says. That's a 250 to 141, and Bay State will clean up the series in 3-1 fashion. That was a 3-1 win for them in round 1, now a 3-1 win for them in round 2 as well. St. Clair has had a 3-1 win and a 3-1 loss, so we've only seen 3-1s all day here on the Saints Gaming CA channel, but now jumping down to the lower bracket, they will at least be able to avoid lower round 1. They're going to drop into lower round 2 and make their way into the second phase of cuts, but it's just tough for St. Clair to have to go against Bay State in round 2 regardless.
Yeah, definitely a tough opponent, but I mean, realistically, obviously their hard point was a bit of a struggle. We saw that both maps. It was like you open up, you're still pretty close with them, and then Bay State just finds that second gear and they really just start pushing forward, and they take a full 60, they take a 40, and then at that point you're in the whole 80 and you're like, okay, well, I guess it's kind of feels like it's over at that point. So I mean, for St. Clair, Search you won, Control you actually had a really good chance
needed
to
win the Control.
Well. Yeah, I think you need to win the Control, win the series, but regardless, I mean, you put up a good fight against arguably a top 2 team in all of CCL. So
I wouldn't even say top 2.
You're in the lower bracket, but you're looking good, you're feeling good moving forward, and I think they have a really good chance of making a pretty solid run from the lower bracket.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be shocked to see Bay State be in grand finals here, waiting for the these opponents to come their way. But they're going to be moving on to winners round number 3, where St. Clair down to lower round 2. We do not quite have our opponent quite yet, so we are going to get our information on that in the next few moments or so. We're going to get all set up on the back end, and we'll be back with you guys for our last game of the night, for sure. Last one, win or loss, and we're going to see how the Saints can do in that one. So we'll be right back with that in just a bit.